Hey, and welcome back, everyone. I am so proud of all of the work that you are doing and how smart you all are. Today, we're going to be talking about something very important. We know that our classroom rules are really important and they keep us safe and make sure that you are doing the right thing. But there's something else that is just as important as our class rules, and that is being a good friend. Now, you might be saying, what does it mean to be a good friend? It means you want to be someone that our friends want to play with because you are being kind, you share, and you're not being mean or hurting their hearts and bodies. So let's take just a quick second and we're going to look at this piece of paper. And this tells us the parts of being a friend. So there's lots of different parts, and this kind of looks similar to our scientist paper too, because that means we are using our whole bodies to be a good friend. We use our eyes so that we look at our friends when we're talking to each other. Because if I'm telling you a story and you're looking all around and over here and not looking at me at all, then I don't even know if you're paying attention to what I'm saying or are being a good friend by caring about what I have to say. So we always want to make sure that we are using our eyes to look at our friends when they're talking about something or telling us a story. We also need to have a good memory, and that means using our brain, because you wouldn't want me to forget your names or the things that you like or don't like. It's important that when we're being a good friend, we remember our friends' names and we remember the things that they like and that they don't like. We also have to use our ears to be a good friend so that we can listen to our friends. Sometimes our friends want to tell us a story, or they might have a problem that they want to talk to us about. So it's really important that we're using our ears to listen to them. We also need to use our hands because we need to be able to help our friends. If they're trying to build something with the blocks and they're having trouble, we can help them do that. If somebody trips and falls down, we can help them up by using our hands. To be a good friend, we also need to have our heart for caring about our friends. We all want the people that we love and that we're friends with to be nice to us and to care about us. So it's important that you are using your heart when being a good friend too. And the last one that we need is a mouth for using kind words when we're talking with our friends. And that is what makes us a good friend, using all of these different parts all together to show that you are being a good friend. So really quick, I want to just go through some good things about being a friend and some things that are showing me that you might not be being a very good friend. So let's talk about not being a very good friend first, right? Not being a very good friend. I can tell that this is the not good one because the thumbs are pointed down and all of these friends are just looking so sad. So let's go through a couple of examples of not being a very good friend. And when you guys meet with me on Zoom, we're going to go through a few more examples. This one, breaking toys. Are you being a very good friend if you're breaking toys? No, breaking toys is not being a good friend. What about taking someone's toy? If you took one of our classmates' toys, are you being a very good friend? No. We don't want to take our friends' toys. It's okay to ask them to share, but we never take something without their permission. Pulling someone's hair. that definitely does not make us a good friend when we are hurting other people's bodies. What about if we use our yelling words and we yell and scream at somebody? Is that making us a good friend? It's not. Just like we talked about last week, it is okay to feel angry, mad, or upset, but we never want to yell and scream at anybody, and especially our friends, because that makes them feel bad. We can say, I'm feeling really angry right now, but we never want to scream at them. That means that we're not being a very good friend. You did awesome with those examples. Let's look at a couple about being a good friend. And I know that this is being a good friend because the thumbs are up and all these friends look so happy. The first one, giving someone a compliment. If you tell somebody, great job, or you are awesome, is that making them feel good and showing that you're being a good friend? It is. When we make other people feel good, that shows us that we are being a good friend. What about sharing our toys? When we share our toys, are we being a good friend? We are. You don't have to share, but it does help make you a good friend when you're willing to share your toys or find a solution so that you both can have fun playing together. So sharing toys is definitely making us a good friend. What about waving hello to somebody? It makes us a good friend when we wave hello or say good morning to our friends. It makes them feel part of our classroom and welcomed. And we learn that when we feel welcome in a classroom, we definitely know we have some friends in there. What about smiling? Is it nice to smile at other people? Does it make them feel good and happy? It does. So when you smile at people, you are being a good friend because then you are making other people feel happy. And one more. What about if we take turns? Is taking turns make you a good friend? It does. I don't want to be friends with somebody that doesn't ever let me have a turn and only wants to take all the toys and play with them by themselves. I want a friend that's going to take turns and let me play too. So those are just a couple of examples of how to be a good friend and a not so great friend. And like I said, once we get on Zoom, we're going to talk about a few more examples of being a good friend, which we all want to be in our classroom, and some things that make us not a good friend that we're going to try not to do when we're in our classroom, both virtually and in real life. Thank you for going through what makes us a good friend. I hope you guys are always being a good friend and a good kid to your families and your brothers and sisters as well, because I know I'm seeing a lot of these good friend qualities while we're in our Zoom meetings. So I'll see you soon to talk about being a good friend and not such a good friend. See you soon.